Testing. Second. Hi. Hello, everyone. Okay, welcome. If you're new here, okay, I'm using like the camera to see myself first. Wait, I need to make sure that I have my hair comb. Hello. Okay, so I'm seeing you guys. Hi, so I'm looking at those who are on Facebook, who are in YouTube, and also Instagram. Welcome. So if you're watching this on, let me check Facebook. Hi. Hello. Okay. Hello. Hi. So this is my first live stream in 2026. Okay, I hope everyone is well. I haven't gone up for I haven't been up here and live stream since the last time was like slightly Christmas Eve, if I'm mistaken. Okay, so I'm just adjusting my screen so that I can see everything. Okay, hi. So for those who are watching from Malaysia, and I'm also looking at, I'm trying to look because I'm not looking at it. Let me know if you're in. Say hello. Live stream since. Haha. Okay, I'm now looking at myself. Okay, so I believe when you are here, you are looking for the goat today. So I don't know how many of you guys here are with me on Telegram. Okay, but let me put down this banner first. It's very distracting. Okay, it's very, very distracting. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, it's gone now. Okay, all right. Hello, for those who just joined, welcome. Okay, now today, all right, without further ado, so for those who are in my Telegram, as you know, like every week, we vote for which topic we're gonna talk about. I think this is a good approach, right? Like even like moving on from now, right? I think I'm gonna do this way. I'm gonna be coming out more live sessions every Wednesday, and every time I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a series of topic, and the most votes will actually get my attention, and I'm going to be talking about that. Okay, but for this coming few weeks, we are going to complete all the one cycle of the 12 animal signs, because we are near to the transition of the Peng Wu. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about that. So if you haven't already followed our Telegram, please do follow our Telegram. If you are at our YouTube, you're watching this as a replay, follow our Telegram so you can participate in the voting session. Okay, and yeah, after this, even beyond this, right, we're going to be doing more than just this. Okay, right. Hello. Okay, now let me bring up the slide. Okay, ta-da. So without further ado, all right, I'm going to start on this. So how many of you guys actually have this in your parts charts? Okay, so I think if you are here, you're most likely because you know someone who has this. You have it somewhere in your chart. Anything, it could be at your year, your month, your day. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's start with this. Ta-da! All right. Okay. So if you are not sure whether you have this or not, if you're watching this as a form of replay, or if you're not sure, you can either plot it yourself or you can track, okay, by here. So if you are generally born in the year of 1955, 1967, 1979, 1991, 2003, 2015, right? And of course, later on 2027, right? And the month of July and the hour between 1 to 3 p.m., you have the goat, basically. Okay, so in the metaphysics, the branch language, we call this the way. All right, that's why you will see like why we put like goat and way. So generally, it's like the goat. Okay, but in stem and branches language, we call it the way. Okay, so this is a common like we'll switch among the language between these two. Now, just to show you guys the differences, okay, the differences between 2025 and 2026, right? So the changes are huge, by the way. So you can see here from the deck, right, the slide here, 2025 is like the green is actually like the auspicious ones, and the red is actually the inauspicious one. Now, generally, I don't like to position like a lot of green means it's good, a lot of red means it's bad. Because honestly, even if it's a lot of red, there's always a way to overcome them. But of course, we all prefer, the easier way generally. So 2025, the goat itself, it was a very, very challenging year. All right. So when I mean by challenging, again, it doesn't mean that it is a bad year. Yeah. Challenging means there's a lot of obstacles and challenges you need to go through in order to achieve a certain outcome. That's 2025, right? But 2026, okay, it's way, way easier. All right, way, way easier. But then again, this is also when I say don't take things for granted. Okay, sometimes, and I noticed this in many, many years, the same pattern tend to kick in, because every time whenever we say like, oh, it's a good year, right, we tend to not do anything. But actually, when it's a great year, okay, when there's a lot of greens, right, you need to do even more, because that is when you can take very good you can take some risk, basically, because a lot of things are at your side. Okay, so please, whenever you see like there's a lot of green stars, there's a lot of positive stars, don't take it for granted. Okay, really, really utilize it. Like I was just telling Cindy today, like don't miss the goat this year. Like really don't miss it, because she has a goat in the chart. And I was saying, do not miss it. It's very hard for this kind of combination to appear and at this kind of year. Okay. Honestly, this kind of year is the kind of year that you wish there's a lot of positive stars. Okay. It really, really make things much easier. Okay. But again, I wouldn't want to like, say that a lot of red stars means it's not possible. It's possible, but you need to do harder work. So if you can just see very clear cut, right? 2026, what do you think? Okay, what do you think 2026? Good, right? So, okay, so like if you have like the goat in your parts chart, right? Congratulations, okay? Right? Don't waste the stars. Okay. Oh my God. I'm like watching the comments now. Okay, good. Okay. Don't waste it. Seriously. I was really, really just telling Cindy this afternoon, like don't waste it, because it's so rare that how long this cycle actually comes. It comes in every 12 years. You have to go through one cycle in order to get this kind of combination. Could you imagine? How long is that? One cycle is about one set, another set is about 12 years. So I would say, okay, the goat in 2026 is one of my top three. Okay, if you want to see how easy it is, how like say good things are on your side, it's my top three. Yeah, all right, top three. Not even top five, top three. Huh? Okay, great, right? Okay, like finally, because I know the goat has been like up and down, and is a very deep down, steep year 2025. Okay, anyway, But then again, I heard a lot of very good things about the goat in 2025. Yeah, because huge transformation and huge change have happened for those who actually went through 2025, the goats. Okay, so it's also good lah. Okay, right. Anyway, just to give you an overall point of view of 2026 goat, right? The Grand Duke itself is my favorite. Grand Duke combination, it's my favorite. The Grand Duke combination literally means the horse it's combining with the goat. So it's called the Wu Wei combination. It's also known as the fire or the sun and moon combination, which is also known as the spiritual combination. Now, putting the combination aside, which I'm not going to be talking about, it also tell us that this star itself having in the goat, it's the protective year, is the neutralizer star, neutralizer. So it reduces a lot of impacts on other negative stars very well because you are protected. And you are combination of Grand Duke, right? The Grand Duke is the horse, the Grand Duke is the main power. So see as though like you are protected by this great grand Jupiter. Okay, so it's amazing. It's great. Okay, I can tell you that. Good lah, yeah. Really is very, very good. Okay. Mine is unfortunately is not coming in this year. So yeah. Anyway, in simple words, having the Grand Duke combo only means that there are powerful people who are already aligned with you. Okay, so the key word here is a lot of things as long as you have people and connections. Even if you don't generally look for them, a lot of things will come into your plate. But again, like I said, don't take things for granted. Use the stars. Okay, now meaning a lot of things you don't have to start from zero lah. Okay, what you get what I mean? You don't really have to restart start the whole wheel. There's a way to actually find your way into success in 2026. Now, the second one is called the Sun Star. Oh, it's my favorite stars. One of my favorite star. I think it's extremely good to use. The Sun Star, it's a very, very strong nobleman star as well. Usually it's a more aggressive, more yang in nature. In the traditional context, they like to use it like a male figure, a male nobleman. But in today's context, it's literally just mean that there'll be someone or mentor or people who would guide you, who will protect you in a more aggressive way, would teach you all the difficult things, or maybe will push you to become more aggressive. So the Sun Star is like that. So a lot of things maybe will push you through leadership skills. You will learn through connecting with people or mentors. So it's a very, very nice star. Now, noble, the Sun Star also comes with some protection one. Yeah, it's because it's like it protects you. Okay, so a lot of things, no matter how bad things become, you will somehow ended up be fine. Yeah, the Sun Star always is that way. Now, the next one is the Pommel Saddle. So Pommel Saddle is literally a meaning of advancement. So whatever it is progress, moving forward. Now, usually these kind of stars, it is not very favorable if you do not want to advance further. Okay, so I would say that if you are somebody who's like prefer to like, okay, I've done my part, I don't want to do things anymore now, the Pommel Saddle probably will come in as another like extra job. Okay, otherwise it is really a time whereby you experiment new things, you explore new things, but it is something that will bring you forward or advance yourself further. Okay, so maybe it's also new responsibilities. All right, the next one is the golden carriage. So golden carriage, traditionally it means that the carriage itself is gold color, so it's like picking up Cinderella. Now, the Cinderella in this context can mean many. It could mean that you're getting married rich, you meet rich people, or otherwise your values, your the things that you have done, it is recognized, validated, and seen by people, because whatever you are is in that golden carriage. So it's something very valuable and something, grand, big. So it reflects in maybe in your relationship, or it maybe reflects in whatever you do. So whatever you do may seem right in some way, people start to recognize that, you know what, whatever you are doing is really very high in value. Okay, so these are the positive stars. Okay, but of course, again, there are three negative stars, which is the sky, emptiness, bad chi, and cascading cloud. Now, all these things I would say is little things, because again, with the Grand Duke combo and the sun, I think it will be fine. Okay, but I'm going to go deeper, okay, into every pillar, because every time when the animal sign reaches a different pillar, although the same star appears in there, but the manifestation of the opportunity will differ a little bit, because every pillar plays a different role. Okay, so sometimes it might appear in a different way, especially when we are looking at a career perspective, or sometimes we are looking at a relationship or a health perspective. So it may turn out a little bit different depending on where the goat is. Okay, so now let's start off with the positive stuff first. Okay, right? I will start the positive, because the negative stars honestly is quite like little lah. Okay, I personally really like the goat a lot. Like, yeah, you can really make use of it very well. So now the first one, if you have the goat in the year, now who has the goat in the year? Let me know in the comment box. Right, goat is so charm. So if you have a goat in your year pillar, okay, don't worry about it. There's a lot of way to use it as well. Even though like sometimes we all say like, hey, it's the year pillar only very far. Yeah, correct. But because you have the Grand Duke combo, okay, so Grand Duke combo, right? Even if you use the year, is quite powerful. So sometimes the positive stars, if it's quite weak, even the year also, yeah, okay, not so. But now, because the Grand Duke combo and the sun is actually a very strong star, so having in the year itself, I would say just use it to the max. Okay, right? So what does it mean? The Grand Duke combo in here literally means that your environment, because the pillar represents your network, your environment, your surrounding, right? So having the Grand Duke combo literally means that whatever network you're at, your doors are open to connections. Okay, so people, basically, a lot of your opportunities are coming from people who you already know, and these kind of people are somebody who is more established. So I'm not talking about like people who, because it's the Grand Duke, the combination is with the Grand Duke. The Grand Duke is people of power, right? It's the Grand Duke Jupiter, right? It's the boss of the year. So the kind of connection that you're getting or have opportunity to reconnect with, they are not small potato, basically. So they are basically the type that can actually make certain form of decisions. Now, if you do have certain things that you want to immediately connect to these kind of people so that they can make immediate decisions. You don't have to like bounce around. So having the Grand Duke combo literally means that, oh, you know, somebody you already know can open those doors for you. Okay, so I would say go out and say hello to your old friends. Yeah, because and what I mean is somebody who you already know. Yeah, right? And probably they may not have the direct contact, okay, but it will lead you to one another. So sometimes your the people that you know may not always be the people that you want to deal with, but it will lead you to somebody who needs it, to somebody who's authority. You won't know. So my take is get out there and just knock doors, rub shoulders, go. Okay, because my experience is this, just go for it. It will somehow open the door. The worst is when you don't use it at all, then the year is going to be very wasted. So probably once in a while they will appear, that's it. But consciously using it to create the outcome that you want, to open up the opportunities that you want for the year, it's very powerful. Now the next one, it's the star, the sun, right? The sun, again, like I said, it's the yang type of nobleman. Again, they are around you, your community, your industry. Go out and meet people. Go out and meet new people, and that is the way. Yeah, okay. So also one thing is also the sun star can also help in terms of visibility. because it's bright. Okay, the sun star can also help in that. Okay, so it makes you look good, right? It makes you look good, right? So there is one. The next one is pommel saddle. Pommel saddle literally means that your environment, okay, is going to be quite busy. But however, it also could potentially mean that around you, okay, there's a lot of other opportunities, little ones, okay, little ones, and they come together. Okay, so again, it's out there, and these things can bring you to another level. Now, personally, I would say that pommel saddle may not be as easy to use in the year pillar compared to the Grand Duke combo and the Sun. I personally maybe haven't had a very good idea yet, all right? But the best way to actually use it, okay, is just to get to know a lot of people. Okay, so probably you pick a little bit things here and there among your new connections and your new circle, and that's how you probably can use it. So literally the effect of pommel saddle, it's accumulating, and once you accumulate, it will bring you up to another level. Okay, so this is your network, right? The next one is on golden carriage. So this one is also quite simple because it's at the network, meaning to say the public, the outside, whatever it is, whatever you have been doing, whatever you are doing, whatever values, whatever things that you do will get recognized, will get validated. Now, isn't that good as well? So it also means that people are seeing that, wow, you are actually like this valuable person who's delivering these things, right? So nice. Okay, so often golden carriage, right, it will lead to a certain form of combination one, meaning to say people want to work with you, okay, because it's a carriage. So in a way, when people start to see your values, it will come and combine. Yeah, so that's very important. Okay, so which also means sometimes I would like to say, because it happens in a year, right? So a lot of times people are very shy, or they are maybe like not confident with themselves. So even if people like validate or see their values, they like don't want to admit, or maybe like very shy to say that that they are good at it, like Asian, right? It's like you praise them, they say no lah, no lah, that is not very good for golden carriage. Golden carriage means that, okay, you know what you're good at, you are good at it, admit it, and then people will come to you. Okay, which also means that whenever it's your credit, claim it, own it. Okay, so golden carriage is like that. You need to also feel and know where you are valuable, and then only people can see it. Otherwise, it's going to minimize the impact of golden carriage. Okay, that's why certain things, if you are not mentally or emotionally ready, sometimes the positive stars may not appear as effective. Okay, because it's a human who carries it. So given the opportunity, if the human don't carry it well, it also will diminish. Okay, so this one, it's at the year for the goat. Okay, for a year of the goat. Now there are little negative stars. Okay, the little negative stars are only three: sky emptiness, bad chi, and cascading cloud. Now, this is again at the year pillar. It's at your surrounding, right? So sky emptiness literally means what? Promises or agreement fall out last minute, unexpectedly, or fall apart. Sky emptiness literally means that talking empty. So it's whatever that people come to you or people around you, it's all just possibly a talk, empty. Like sky emptiness. So it's just all the surface look very nice, very good, but whenever want to deliver the actual thing, that's empty. Okay, whatever the reason is, okay, maybe whatever the reason is, there's just all talk, which also means that sometimes when you are, example, it comes with a combination. When you're collaborating with people, whenever people say want to agree to work with you, or whenever people say they want this and want that, um, don't don't set your expectations like yes, 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 like that. You manage your expectation, because a lot of times you will experience people just say, and then you will tend to like, yes, 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 but it will fall out. So whenever you start working with other people, whenever you collaborate with other people or talking to people in other way that there's opportunity, which is a lot of opportunity, just pay attention on the execution part. Because execution is one thing, ideas is a lot. Many people can just talk a beautiful idea, but they cannot execute. So when you're working with someone, right, manage your expectation and make sure there is an execution follow up. Okay, don't put yourself in a place of surprise, because whenever these things happen, it will delay projects. Yeah, and not only delay projects, like sometimes, right, whenever we work towards a project, like it happens to us quite often, right? Whenever we agree to do something, and then we have locked certain dates, right? At the end of the day, people say that, oh, they cannot make it. Working with other people and stuff like that, sometimes it's quite a turn off. Reason why is because we already prepare and set dates for certain thing, right? And you last minute cancel. To us, it's like, oh my god, you're wasting our time. We might as well focus our energy into other things. And in fact, the dates can be used for other things. Cannot so last minute like tell us, But the goat, that's why, has to be very careful with this effect, the sky emptiness, especially when you have a lot of opportunities. Not everyone can execute them. Okay, just be more mindful with that. Now, bad chi, okay, bad chi, environment wise, very gossipy. Okay, very gossipy, which also means very toxic, and usually it's very related to old problems. Yeah. So you notice that, people of, say, example, um people of, right, they start gossipy and bring up old problems. So it's a very low motivation social space. Sometimes you may even hear like unresolved old issues may surface. Okay, so friends may appear in a more victim way, victim mindset. So yeah, just deal with it lah, basically, because it's called bad chi. Literally means the chi is bad, energy is bad. So as long as you don't get affected by it, I think it's fine. So draw your boundaries pretty clearly. Don't get affected by the situation. I think it's absolutely fine. Now the next one is cascading cloud. Cascading cloud is literally like those dark clouds follow you. Like I always imagine that the cloud just follow you everywhere. So this cloud is actually jealousy. Yeah. This cloud is actually like petty. Actually, cascading cloud is more like we call this like the women gossip. Yeah, it's very small things only. It's really nothing. So this is at your year pillar. Your year pillar means around you. So people either likely not gossip about you, but they will start gossiping about other things, and it's a very like you better not know it, because it brings out a lot of like anger, resentful environment, very uncomfortable, and it's very unnecessary. So possibly is when they can do it to someone else, and if you're part of the listener, one day they probably do it to you also. Okay, so just be very mindful for it. Now also, if you don't want to get involved, so if you're part of the listener, probably one day you will get involved with it. So don't get involved in all these small petty trivial matters. Okay, just be very very and usually the problem is not directly about you, it's about what's happening in the surrounding, right? But again, I would say, because 2026 is an extremely emotional year. Okay, 2026 is where the logic will actually burn away. There's no logic at all. People are reacting a lot based on emotions. So cannot be too surprised if a lot more people are just talking for the sake of, because angry is resentment, jealousy, envy, so all these things. So just be more mindful, especially if it's in your year, right? Good news is that because it's quite far, as long as you draw boundaries, stay away, it's okay. Now, unlike if it's in the month pillar, the month pillar, most likely it is you who's gonna get it. Okay, so it's a bit different. Okay, so depending on where the goat is, right? So um now let's look into the goat in the month pillar, the positive one. Now of course, because the month pillar, it's a stronger manifestation of the whole chart. It's a stronger effect of the whole chart. And most of the time, we focus a lot more on the month pillar. The month pillar represents our career, business, the job, our workspace, our colleagues, everything. So it's really what we spend and how we spend our life, like 60% or 70% to some people, the time. Okay. So the goat in the month pillar generally means that your career advancement is going to be very, very good, like it or not. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be one of the best. Okay. So Grand Duke combo literally means that advancement through collaboration. So you will potentially experience that a lot of support career growth is coming from connection alliances. So just make sure that as long as you're not working in solo, that's how you actually can succeed. Easy, big time. Okay, because it's at your month pillar, so likely you don't really need to put too much effort into going to network, because possibly you are forced to do it either way. Okay, because whatever maybe projects you're handling, suddenly new things happening, you will need to do and meet new people, and that itself will really help you to boost up your career. So just remember, like it or not, okay, you will meet people. Bad news is, if you don't like people, this is going to be a problem. Okay, because there are some incidents where people don't like people. Like, I think I would say, like, slightly more introverted people. And if you're not used to collaborating and working as a team, I think this is going to be very challenging, because you are pushed into that situation, okay, like it or not. And you will only do well whenever you start to collaborate. Okay, that's one. And it, of course, involve the Grand Duke, right? Involve high power and support as well. I really, really like it when it's in the month. I've seen great, great impact um, for business owners lah. So far, I've seen, like, suddenly government deals and big deals, government endorsement, they come in. Yeah, huge, huge ones. And that is like the breakthrough of the year, and subsequently the next few years is it brings up the company to another level. Okay, so I hope, even if it's a career perspective for you, it will really bring you up to another level. Just make sure that you're ready for it. Okay, because to some people, as far as I know, it can be quite intimidating. Okay, because power is really not as comfortable sometimes. Next one is the sun. Now, the sun literally also means support by mentors, bosses. You get more empowered, meaning to say, you will be handed responsibilities, or maybe it's like, the boss say, now you make the decision. Okay, because you have my support. Go. So this is great, because you will learn new things, learn to make new decisions, because the boss support you. Okay, now this could happen if you have a boss. Now, if you don't have a boss, likely it's mentor. Okay, you will meet mentor who will give you the right advice. Now, if you don't work with other people, if you don't have team, you don't have bosses, now effort means you need to go out and meet more people in order for you to find that mentor. Okay, it's a bit different depending on what setting you're at, right? So as you can see, right, the goat itself requires human. Right, human, because literally the year is human. So if you're working in a smaller company or working as a solopreneur, you need to get out there. It doesn't work when there's no one around you. Okay, because the energy works whenever there's people. Right, now the next one is pommel saddle. Now, pommel saddle is quite straightforward, because it's in a month. Literally means transition, literally means advancement. So what you can potentially experience is new experiences at your job. Now, to some extent, sometimes it can be movements as well. Movements, literally physical movements, means visiting new place, exploring new things, exploring new portfolio. Yeah, but all and all, it is an expanded role. Is a new, say, new responsibility which has higher power. All right, that's for the career. So to some extent, it can be considered as a promotion to some extent. Yeah. Maybe it's just also to some extent, unfortunately to say, it's just a added responsibility, but it beautifies your portfolio. It's also possible. Okay. Next one is a golden carriage. Now, golden carriage literally means recognition, status upgrade, right? So literally now, whatever you have been doing for the past few years, however and whatever you have done, now people can see. Okay, now whenever people can see, it means what? Your office people can see possible promotion, possible new projects as well. Not only that, because it is the golden carriage, so it may potentially attract people who wants you as well. Okay, say example, if you have a certain value that like your industry would know, or your competitor would know perhaps, or maybe your friend wants to run a business and they know that you have a certain value that you can contribute. Now the golden carriage will combine, will meet up, meaning to say your values now can open up new avenue, or new um, financial opportunities. That could be in the terms of business, that could be in terms of job as well. Yeah, so if you're looking into like new jobs, job, a certain job role that you want, or you're like, oh, you're very bored with whatever you do for the past few years, you're looking for a job, a new job role. Okay, you want something better, maybe because you have already settled what you have done. This could be the year as well. Okay, so pay attention on it. But again, what's very important? Your confidence, your value. So don't shy away with what you know. Okay. Usually for this case, I would say like, okay, if you're interested to go and find a new job, make sure you update your CV, your portfolio, all these things. You need to really show your values. Don't be too shy about it. Okay. You personally need to know that. Okay. So these things will actually help to boost up the golden carriage. Otherwise, the golden carriage won't work one. I've seen before golden carriage that works and golden carriage that don't work. Okay, so make sure you use it. It's such a great combination. It's a very, very good combination. So I would say don't waste it, please. Okay. Um, how about the negative one? Now, the negative one is it's in the month pillar. It's not as I would say having in the year, it's less impactful. Having in the month, literally these stars will attack you directly. Because having in the year may not necessarily be you, it's around you. Okay, you still can put boundaries, but for the month, likely it's affecting you directly. Okay, it's affecting you directly at work. So whatever you are doing at work, this will probably pull you down and drag you down. Okay, so number one is again sky emptiness. So sky emptiness, talk, no execution situation. Now additional layer, because it is also at work and you do a lot of communication, because at work is like that, right? We talk to people, we talk to humans, we talk to with our teams. Miscommunication all the way. Got to be very careful with that. Okay, this is sky emptiness, because talk about all empty one, so sometimes don't even know what's the meaning of it. Plan, don't know what will happen next. So got to be very careful of over planning, and a lot of talks, a lot of vision, but very little execution plan. So as for your case, having this in your chart, be careful with over planning without action. Yeah. Be careful with thinking too far into the future. You're focusing on the thing only, and be careful also from becoming too rigid when things start to shift, because things might delay because a lot of talk and no execution. So always prepare, for plan B or plan C, or maybe stay at the present, focus a lot on execution rather than perfection. So be attentive to this kind of stuff, especially when projects. I'm not sure whether you guys experienced it before. Like there are situations that you realize that they keep going around and around and around, but there's no execution. That is the challenge. Okay, so just be mindful with that. So pay attention with the team. Bad chi, declining motivation or morale issues at work. So yes, it will affect you as well. Now, another layer is all work issue will resurface. Okay, so in a way, things that you thought has already gone away, now it will resurface again and will affect the whole team. Bad chi is mostly emotional, I would say. And that is very important because it is the human who is emotional. And once it's the human who is emotional and the human make decisions, it will create problems. Okay? So it is not really the job that has an issue. Rather, it's because the decision making part, right? So it's a little bit like, very demotivating, right? Very draining in terms of the workspace and environment. So just got to be very conscious, right? Consciously, I would say, because you do have the positive stars, which is the sun. Okay, so in order for you to like mitigate this bad chi, is there. The good news is the sun, right? What you can play with it, try to brainstorm or do things or work with the team in the morning. Use the morning sun more often because that can help to mitigate the bad chi, right? Because literally bad chi is very heavy energy, so it's not very nice in terms of environment basically. So leverage on the sun as the positive stars to bring up the morale of the team. Okay, that is how you can use it. Now the next one is cascading cloud. Now cascading cloud literally means tension from colleagues. Now because this is on you, this is on the man pillar, tendencies for jealousies or hidden rivalries to you, petty stuff, or literally like people secretly gossip bad things about you behind, you don't know these things. Cascading cloud, it's on you basically. Yeah, gossip. Okay, so how well would it affect you? It depends. Okay, because I've also observed, like, if you are one person who can get easily affected by what people say, this can be very draining, right? And most importantly, if you get affected by what they say and you make certain decisions because of what they say, that can be very dangerous. Okay, so having the cascading cloud, my take is do not react to what people say. Do not react. Okay, digest it, you respond professionally, maintain your emotion neutrally, or otherwise also be more professional, ignore what they say, handle the things professionally. You can, the mouth is at other people's space. At the end of the day, is because also you have so many positive stars. Maybe you get all the support that many people want and many people will start to talk. Okay, it's kind of possible because it comes together, the Grand Duke combo. Okay, so it's possible that these things could happen, right? So just be more mindful, don't get involved, don't get affected by it, then you should be fine in your workspace. Okay, because all these three, what it will do, it can affect your progress of the positive stars. Okay, but the positive stars are very, very strong. So I would say that as long as you remain positive, okay, I think it should be good. As long as you remain positive, it's easier to bounce back. Okay, now how about if it's in the day pillar? Having the goat in the day pillar, it's very different by having the goat in the month and the year, because the day pillar represents the self, the relationship, and the health. So the effect of it is a little bit different because it's coming back to the self. So it's nothing or not much direct to the career. Now, to the career effect maybe have, because when you feel better, you will react better in terms of your work, right? So for the goat is that way. Okay, but let's break it down and see. For the Grand Duke combo, literally means your personal growth, your support in terms of personal growth also will get better. Likely your spouse or you are motivated to actually improve. So there's this like sense of like, okay, I want to get better. So it's that motivation, that inspiration that, okay, I need to do it this year. Okay, it's that kind of thing. So on top of that, because of this, your relationships will also improve. Okay, your relationship not with outside people, within your partner or your spouse. Okay, because when you are better, right, your relationship gets better, because it's the relationship with the self gets better, your spouse relationship gets better. Okay, now if you are single, you probably will meet someone. Is it possible if you are not single? There is also a possibility that you can improve your relationship, possibly also lead to marriage. Okay, possibly, because there's a combination there. The sun itself, for this case, it's talking about the confidence, the vitality, the emotional clarity. So we can see in two ways. Number one, you feel better generally. You look more charismatic, because when you feel good, you're confident with yourself. Your attractiveness also will enhance. Not only that, your relationship with your spouse again get better, and then possibly your spouse is the sun. Okay, meaning to say your partner is the one who are able to inspire you, to motivate you, to be your nobleman, and to be the one supporting you. Okay, so it's very sweet and nice. The thing is, because it falls in the day, my advice is use the sun star to create morning routine. Okay, because the sun star literally means the sun. So the yang energy is very auspicious for you for the year. So use the morning timing to do positive, good routines. Use it. Don't sleep through the sun. Yeah. Don't, when the sun come out, be there. It's gonna help you a lot in terms of your vitality, your health, and your positive mood. Okay, so that's for the sun. Now, for the pommel saddle in the day pillar, it's also going to be a bit different, because how it feels like is that you want to outgrow your old self. So it's a lot of old things will be discarded, and you start to find new experience, find new things to actually do to improve yourself. So basically, I would say that you have a very strong desire to try out new things, to improve your health. So maybe all this while you will notice that, hey, your health hasn't been so great. But maybe this year, after doing your body checkup or whatsoever, right, you're motivated now to finally say that, okay, I really need to do something about my health. Or maybe there is an indication that, hey, you need to focus at your health. So this thing itself will allow you to find new habits, new priorities. In fact, it's not just physical health, it's also about your mental health. So it's pretty good. So multiple things you can do. So it's a year whereby you can use to improve your physical health, your mental health, your relationship with yourself, self-love. Oh, very good year. Okay, for it. Now, golden carriage, literally golden carriage means that possibly talk about your self-worth. Okay, golden carriage, like literally. So you feel good about yourself. You start to see your values. You start to see where you are good at. Okay, so your self-image will improve. You have and build the confidence. Okay, so your limiting mindset and everything possibly will go down a little bit, because now you can see your value. So it's a very, very good year to do a lot of personal development growth work. Okay, and the golden carriage also, possibly you will meet someone new. Literally, it will connect you to the right people. Okay, and the golden carriage is like very quality relationship one. Yeah, because it's a golden carriage. It's not any sort of carriage, it's something valuable. Okay, so that's very good. Now, being in an existing relationship now means that now your spouse itself, you can see your spouse, what's it called, worth, and your spouse can also see your worth. Okay, because suddenly now, wow, impressive. You got better. I can see your strength now. Okay, so it's a very good time to improve relationship, I would say, because last year it was a very bad time for relationship. Okay, last year was a very terrible time for relationship. So I would say like now suddenly it's like, oh, everything is great. So take it as a bonus to improve your relationship so that it can bring you up to the next level. Okay, it's a very nice one. Now, how about if it's the day, but the negative stars? Okay, so negative stars means is this sky emptiness. Okay, despite all the good things, right? There's also some negative things one, right? Normal. So it's not always like very good. Sometimes the sky emptiness will come in. So what does the sky emptiness means? Sky emptiness might feel like sudden ghosting. Okay, I wrote there sudden ghosting or withdrawal in relationship means when you're there, you're actually empty. Means not present. Okay, that's possibly one. So uh, emotionally detached, not present, or otherwise, if you are in a certain form of relationship, you want to escape the problem, or maybe you want to ignore the problems. Okay, so sky emptiness. Okay, so yeah, just be more mindful with that. I would say, how would you want to deal with this issue better? Especially when it comes to relationship, right? I think you need to manage your expectations because not every time there's good times. So don't overthink or over plan or have any sort of like high expectation. Just learn how to be at the present moment. Okay, each time, whenever you feel like there's certain things you don't like, there's certain things you don't want to handle, don't escape it. Just focus at being at the present, appreciate what's going on right now. I think that would help you to anchor yourself and become better from there. Okay, so this is how you can deal with the sky emptiness. The bad chi, right, literally means, okay, potential like low self-confidence, sudden dip in self-esteem. And this is literally despite having the sun star. There is also a time whereby you will dip down a little bit. It's quite normal. Emotions, right, have up and down, but there's more up than downs. Now, if all this while, I would say for the bad chi, if all this while you have a lot of say past or negative past experience in relationships, these things will come up. So it may be quite different with people who don't have too many past unresolved experience. So this could happen more if you have a lot of unresolved issues. Okay, because the bad chi is like anything from the bottom, it comes up, which also means the past unresolved matters, it will come up again. Okay, and whenever this thing comes up, it's like a turn off. It's like I'm very happy now, but this thing it just comes out and I'm not in the mood anymore. Okay, now just be more mindful with that. You have the sun star, okay, in your day. It's a very good opportunity for you to overcome certain long issues. Don't again try to like escape sky emptiness, or maybe don't allow it to destroy the moments or the good experience that you can have in 2026. Because I would say, yeah, if you have a lot unresolved things, again, use this time because of a lot of positive stars to resolve it. Don't like just play safe on the surface, because again, whenever there is a positive stars, make use of it to, you know, overcome the things that you wanted to overcome for a very long time. Don't be in denial. That's how we don't like to use the stars. Positive stars is meant to use so that you can overcome certain difficult issues. So yeah, bad chi will appear, and it's for you to actually resolve them. Okay, and you have the sun star, so it's very easy to resolve it. Everything can be pretty positive. So like you might feel like 2025 there's a lot of issues, right? You 2025, I would say don't try to solve all the problem because the positive star is not strong enough to help you. So 2026, you can try to resolve some of your issues because got very good positive stars there. Okay, so it may not turn out as bad as you think you are. Okay, that is for the bad chi. Now, cascading cloud, again, despite all the positive things, cascading cloud is a feeling of like um, validation, resentment. Like again, if you have like a certain past experience that you feel that you were not treated in a very fair way, especially in a relationship, that would be like it will come out. You feel like, it's not fair. Why am I doing this? Okay, so that's cascading cloud. Probably also you want to seek for more validation. That's also one. And possibly all resentment will rise. Now, if you don't have a lot of old resentments, then this cascading cloud will not be that bad. Okay, because cascading cloud is literally like resentment. Like, I'm not happy because of this. Okay, so if there is a lot in the past, these things will come out. And you will, even though there's a lot of positive things, if you try to nitpick, on the past because there are sometimes it's like that in a relationship, right? Sometimes we're happy, 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 and then suddenly you bring one thing in the past that you've done wrong, and then it will screw up the whole thing. It will screw up the whole day. Have you seen this kind of situation? Like you guys are in a very good relationship, and then suddenly one person say that in the past you have done this before. Now that is cascading cloud. Okay, now I'm not saying that you cannot talk about it, but don't try to bring back the past to point back at that person that you did this in the past. Don't do such thing, right? So it's very unhealthy in a way that it's like you're trying to fight that you are right. You're trying to fight that I'm mistreated. So again, communication, try to talk it through, because the sun star, the grand duke, combination, all very positive stars, can help you to mitigate and solve these issues. Okay, now let's go for the last one. Okay, the last one is the hour pillar. Now the hour pillar is got to do with the mind, the desire, your children, your investment, and your assets. Now, if anyone wants to do investment in the hour pillar, not too bad, but please have a grand duke with you. Okay, meaning to say don't do it alone, or maybe get advice from someone who is more superior. Then your investment should be okay. In fact, there could be a lot of opportunities maybe coming from people who knows things. Okay, if you are into investment, so connect with people who knows things, then it will help you in your investment. So you're probably gonna get quite a bit, because having the golden carriage as well for investment is very nice. Means the right thing will come to you, the right value will come to you. Okay, that's for investment. Now, on top of that, the goat at the hour pillar also represents certain form of mental and emotional transformation. Okay, yeah. So what you can possibly do, again, when you have strong intention to make something happen, just make, right? So this is generally like investments. You want to make it happen. You got to meet the right person. You can meet the right person. You want to make something happen, because I know one person who actually wanted to start something new. Can do it actually, but don't do it alone. And that is actually more like you need to find the right person to give you the opportunity. Don't try to source it yourself and then find the right person. Easier to find the right person. The right person will give you the opportunity, or let you know where the opportunity is, and it's easier that way. Right? So it's literally using the Grand Duke combination. Now, not only that, because the Sun Star, it will allow a lot of bright ideas, vision, and creativity. So it's very good. So suddenly now you're like, wow, I want to do a lot of things. Or maybe past ideas that you have, now it's suddenly coming back. Or maybe it evolves to something better. Okay, maybe something clearer as well, because the Sun Star. And pommel saddle literally means new skills, new path, new hobbies. Okay, basically anything to upskill yourself, to bring your advancement. So it doesn't have to be a form of education, but it can be a certain form of experience as well. Okay, next one is golden carriage. So golden carriage, besides talking about investment, high values through grandeur combination, golden carriage could also mean your ideas can be very valuable. So if you really, really want to make use of your golden carriage because it's on the inside, you can actually express your ideas so that it can be seen by other people to get the validation. Now, it of course depends on what you want to do with it. Okay, so I'm giving a context in terms of if you want to do something new, because that's literally what came to my mind, because I spoke to someone who actually has this, and then this was part of the idea. You can actually do that, but how can you do it is this way. So it can actually bring up to quite a high value thing if you have a golden carriage in there, but you cannot be shy about your ideas. That's not great. So this way, again, the application is always about combining few different stars together to create an outcome. So that's how we actually play auxiliary stars, not just look at one by one. Okay, we can actually combine them together and help you to see what you want and teach you how to get there based on what you want to achieve. That is the power of customization and playing with charts. Yeah, always can combine together. So having in the hour is also pretty great. Okay, if especially if you have new projects you want to play, I say it's pretty great. The next one is good at hour, but the negative stars. Now, remember earlier on we talked about good ideas and stuff like that. However, having the sky emptiness, all talk, no do. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, so it's reflecting to you. So if you have it in your goal, it's not other people who talk and don't do. It's mainly you have this great idea and creativity, very promising, but lack of execution capacity. Meaning to say what? Maybe your plans is a great idea, but you cannot execute. Okay, you cannot execute, or maybe don't have the your plans don't have good execution plan. You know, it's like having an idea is great, but how are you going to do the idea is another thing. Okay, so sky emptiness is mainly that, a lot of talk, 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 but you know, at the end of the day, cannot do one. Not realistic sometimes, or not practical is possible, or maybe your idea is too perfect. Okay, so all talk, be careful with that. Okay, now the next one is bad chi. Bad chi in the self, in the hour, is referring to self-doubt, old limiting belief resurfacing. Yeah, because it's about the old things that was inside, so it will come up. And mental fatigue, maybe sometimes overthink as well. So usually how these things will appear in real life is you can see a certain form of procrastination, negative talk. Yeah, so basically it's like, oh, you say you want to do it, but okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready, I'm like that, I'm like that, I'm like that. Or maybe you plan, but you procrastinate, you don't do much. So that is procrastination. Okay, so bad chi will be like this. Now cascading cloud at the hour pillar will come out as comparison, resentful. It's like you're internalizing, like, why other people is doing that way, I'm not great enough, and then you get angry. So there's a lot also self-talk which is negative, but this kind of self-talk is like more like resentment, kind, like angry of yourself because other people is doing way better, why am I so useless, that kind of feeling. So cascading cloud is more anger, more like I'm not happy with me. Okay, so despite all the positive stars, the negative stars will also come out, but the good news is the positive stars are very, very strong. So all you need to do is just be aware of this. If you focus at activating the positive stars itself, it will cover up the negative cell, the negative stars. This is the good thing about the good. Okay, because it's very, very powerful. Okay, so my take is whenever, especially whenever we are using auxiliary star as a form of technique, always focus on using the positive stars more. Okay, the negative stars is mostly like to just be aware of. But we don't want to get too worried about it. At the end of the day, what we are looking for are just opportunities, the know-hows. The negative thing, okay, it's there. We acknowledge it, we validate it, we try our very best to manage it, but let's not get affected by it. Okay, so as a conclusion, the goat itself is very good. Okay, so I would say it's the highest in terms of everything else. 95% in terms of career, wealth 90%, relationship 80%, health 90%. Very high, right? I think it's one of the highest around. Okay, so I was actually contemplating like to put numbers in, but try not to lah. I don't want to rate animal size this year. Right, so yeah, basically is this way. Okay, but the keyword is very important, which is for the goat, right? What you need to remember of is collaboration, support, or maybe relationship, support. Okay, relationship, support, very important. These two: relationship, support, and mentorship. Okay, mentorship. If you notice, it's all about the people. Okay, so very powerful actually. Yeah, very, very powerful. Okay, it's very good time to actually use it. So don't waste it, because these things come only one cycle, and one cycle is 12 years. Long time, right? Remember 12 years ago what you're doing? Okay, so I would say don't miss it. Okay, so if you have the goat with you in your Bazi chart, congratulations. Okay, because it's going to be quite decent. Right, it's going to be quite decent. Okay. Big yes coming. Big yes coming. Golden carriage. Don't we all love golden carriage? Golden carriage is actually very nice, right? Hello from Singapore. Hello you. Okay. So basically, I think this is it. I've actually played golden carriage before, but I don't think I did it very well. But yeah, but it was pleasant because I have a golden carriage in my natal chart itself, so it's pleasant. It's true, it's quite pleasant, okay? But you have it now, it's a good time to actually use it. Okay, so align. The next step is to align your goals. Align your goals, okay? Determine what you want to do, what you want to achieve. That's very important. Determine what you want first, and then decide what you can do using the stars. Okay? Don't just do for the sake of doing. Otherwise, the outcome doesn't make sense. Right? Just know, it's very important that you need to know what you want first. Right? Then you use the stars. Don't use the stars for the sake of the stars. Because I'm sure that everyone wants something. Everybody wants something and wants to achieve a certain goal. Okay? Right? Okay, so let me see if there's any more questions or not. Oh, hi. Not seeing. Okay, good. All right, so no questions. Perfect. Okay, everybody very happy with the goat. So I would say like the goat, the ox. Let me think, who else? The goat, the ox, I can remember is very, very good. Yeah. Yeah, I cannot see. I don't know my notes. Yeah, the goat, the ox is very, very good. Okay, I remembered like wow, so many things to play. The goat and the ox. Yeah, they are my top two. Yeah, the goat, the ox is very nice. Okay, the goat, the ox. Who else? Dragon is also not bad, but not all perfect. Rabbit is also not too bad. Okay, I haven't talked about rabbit yet. Okay, I haven't talked about rabbit yet. Okay, I haven't talked about rabbit. Rooster also okay. Right? So for those you're watching this, we have already like more than 50%. So I think we are left with 4 more animal signs that we haven't go through. So I think for the coming week, We're going to complete all the animal signs, and then we're going to come out with a new series. Yeah, okay, which I hope you guys are going to continue watching. It's also going to be our 2026 sessions, but it differently. Okay, so we have few more animal signs to go, right? So I think it's about time. Okay, so now last part. Okay, just to share with you our upcoming session, 2026 talk is going to be at this coming weekend. Finally, okay. So this year is the only year where I'm doing 2 days. Okay. Previously it's always been 1 day, because this year is I don't know. I feel there's a lot to talk about. So I hope it's okay for those who sign up already. Okay, the syllabus is going to be slightly different from what I usually do, which is a 1 day session. So I'm going to be doing 2 day session, because Peng Wu, right, is like the ultimate year. That is also the reason why I'm pushing it to January to do it. So usually I do it way earlier, which is on December, and the previous year was November. So this time around we are doing it on January. So yeah, I hope you guys are still interested. There's still space, I think. Okay, and you guys can actually join them. Okay, otherwise, okay, if you need to find the link, you can message us, or you can click at the link later on. We're going to be sharing at the description. 2 day session. The first day is going to be talking about all about the fire energy. So we're going to be using Bazi Feng Shui I Ching as a system, a full Chinese metaphysics system, to talk and understand about the year, and also to use the full Chinese metaphysics system to find solutions. So it's going to be a combination of tools. Now, also the interesting part that I've done this year is to ask inside the Telegram group what you guys want to know more, so that I can curate them according to your needs. Okay, so I hope I've done justice with my slide, because I'm finalizing my slides. So I hope it's going to be okay for whatever you guys have voted. So if you are joining our session, basically you can take part into creating the content with me. Because this year, this is something very different that I really plan to do. I want to listen more on what you guys want, and then I'll design it according to what you guys want. Okay, so it's going to be like quite on the spot. Okay, now if you are not interested too much on the 2026 session, you can also come to our one-to-one session. So this year we are opening up 3 different type of one-to-one. There is Bazi stroke Qimen. Some of you guys were asking me about Qimen. Yes, we do as well. But you're going to be together with Bazi. And also Cindy will be taking the lead on the 12 tarot roadmap. So basically it's a 12 tarot card spread, whereby she's going to go through like lessons, okay, and what you can focus on every month. So there'll be a 12 spreads. Okay, I think next round Cindy can come out to talk more about it, because yeah, there's a whole story about it. Okay, so next time. But if you're keen, feel free to also contact us to understand what is it more about. Next one is on online feng shui as well. So the online feng shui is going to be slightly different, because I'm not going to do site visits. So this time, this feng shui 2026 alignment, it's only for now. It's going to end by February. Okay, so if you are interested, check out with me how you're going to do it, because I'm not going to be doing the measurements and anything. So everything must come from you guys, because I do get requests like from other places. So this time, not travel, I'm not going to do the physical site. Okay, unless that is another package entirely. You can contact me personally for that. But if you already have a certain layout, then the correct measurements, okay, I can teach you to get the correct measurements. You can send it to us, and then we will generate a report out for you. Okay, so that is also available. Okay, so again, very excited, okay, to actually fully go into the new year. I mean, there's a lot of things to do. That's why I hope I can actually talk more about it in the webinar for the coming 2 days. Yeah, so if you're interested, feel free to join us. Okay. Okay, and congratulations for those who have the goat. Yeah, I think it's a very, very good year. I mean, the timing really came on time for those. Out of so many years, right? The Peng Wu year goat. Yeah, it's for a reason, isn't it? Everything happens for a reason. Okay. All right. So, guys, thank you very much again for tuning in. And if you're not already on our Telegram, please do join and click our Telegram. Okay. And also, if you haven't already got our free ebook, feel free to join us. Okay. Now, we are coming out with more events and workshops. Unfortunately, we are not as ready yet. That's why you are not seeing us launching any workshops yet. But we are coming up with something more. Okay. So, I hope and you can see more of the workshop on this coming weekend, right? So again, thank you very much. If you're still here watching me talking, talking. Okay. So yeah. So now you know the reason why I'm coming live, guys, just to give you guys, because too many AI already nowadays. So on Saturday, I will tell you more about it. There's a reason why also that certain strategy has to change. I wish I can do it like physical, in fact, but unfortunately, it's very inconvenient at this point. So coming live, I hope we were able to interact live with you guys as a real human, um, without the influence of AI, right? Yeah. So you'll see us hopefully coming out more live, more interactive, more humanized in terms of our connections, right? And this is something that honestly, personally, as an introvert, me, I'm also trying to work on. Okay, so yeah, you'll see us coming out more, and I'm happy to do it. Okay, okay, let's see. Comment. Okay, don't have. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and for those, by the way, I know those some of you guys have messaged me. Please, those who message me, please expect delays a bit. Yeah, we will come back to you soon in many ways. Because I'm a bit like quite messy at this point in time, still dealing with a lot of things. And yeah, I need my exercise, I need my rest. People expect me to work like 13 to 15 hours a day. I don't. Okay, then my story next time. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in. Right, thank you. Grateful for your time. And I'm very grateful for you too, Darren, to be here. Right. So thank you very much as well for those who are in here watching this in different platforms from Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay. And I'll see you guys next week on Other Animal Science. Bye.